Good morning, children. You are all warmly welcome to Avada studio. Today we are going to learn that botanical description in the Dautra metal. Okay. So what is the systematic position of that Solanaceae? Already we studied. The first one is here, that is a class Plantae, and that another one, that is a kingdom is Plantae, class is, that is a dicotyledonnae. Okay, so that is a gamma petalae, and that polymonials and Solanaceae we studied, isn't it? The same thing only we are going to learn here. The systematic position is same, just we have to add that is a genus and species. Okay, so what is the genus? That is a Dautra, and metal is a species. Okay, that's a Dautra metal. Today we are going to see the species Dautra metal. Okay, the first we are going to see there is a habit, there is a large, erect and stout herb. Okay, it's a large, it's look like very bushy in nature sometimes, it's a large. Okay, so bushy na pudar mari irukum, large na paakradhuke konjam nalla perusa adu tree mari theriyum, ஒரு குட்டி ட்ரீ மாதிரி. ஓகேவா, this is erect and stout herb. Okay, the herb is looking very so bulged, ஒரு மாதிரி நல்லா திக்கா இருக்கறனால stout herb அப்படினு சொல்றோம். ஓகேவா, the habit is large and erect mean that straight, and stout herb, the stem is looking very thick. Okay, that is a stout herb. So next we are going to see the root. So already we studied that class belongs to the dicotyledonnae. So definitely the root system is a taproot system, that is a branched taproot system. So you can see this is here root of, that's a Dautra metal. So it is a branches, we can see lot of branches here. So that is a branched taproot system. Okay, and next one, so that is a stem. The stem is a hollow green herbaceous with a strong odor. Okay, hollow means the ulla inside la stem la ulla pathinga appadina some vandu pithu irukra mari irukum. Okay, so we can see a small hole inside, that is a hollow in region, and green in color, that is a herbaceous. Herbaceous means we can see the small hairs on the stem, that is a very soft nature, that is a herbaceous with a strong odor. Okay, you have to pick any part of the Dautra metal, it will give some strong odor, or smell alla thaniya varum, the strong odor na a strong ana or smell vandu adula varudhu artham. Okay, that is a stem. So stem is a hollow green herbaceous with a strong odor. So next we have to see the leaf. So how the leaves are arranged. Okay, the first one is a simple leaf. So what is the meaning of the simple leaf? We cannot see any modification in the lamina. So that is a simple leaf. A leaf is arised from a single node, that is called a simple leaf. So how the leaves are arranged? Okay, on the stem, that is a alternate in conditions. So each node gives rise to a single leaf is called a alternative in condition. If it is gives two leaves, that is a opposite in condition. But what about here? This is a alternative in condition. Okay, it is a petiolate. Petiolate means it has a petiole is present, so this is called a petiolate. Okay, if there is no petiole, that is considered as a sessile in condition. Okay, and next one, this is a entire or deeply lobed. Okay, so entire means that is a margin of the that is a lamina should be, that is a there is no divided. Okay, we cannot see any divided, any lobed, any depression we cannot see inside. So in the lamina, so that is called the entire, or that is a completely. So that's the entire means முழுசா இருக்கக்கூடியது. deeply lobed அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம்னா உள்ள போய் வந்துச்சுன்னா, so margin வந்து inward இருந்துச்சுன்னா, that is a deeply lobed. Okay, next one is a glabrous exstipulate. Okay, so glabrous, it's very shiny. So in that surface of the lamina, we can see the small hairs in that. So the base of the lamina, அடிப்பகுதியில வந்து சின்ன hairs மாதிரி இருக்கும். So glabrous is a very shiny exstipulate. Okay, we cannot see any stipules. Where is the stipules? The stipules are present in a base of the petiole. Okay, the stipules are absent here. So that is called exstipulate in condition. That's showing the unicostate and reticulate venations. Okay, unicostate means the veins are, that is a running from midrib, that is towards the margin. Okay, margin nokki அப்படியே போச்சுனா, that is a unicostate. Okay, if it is spread over in the base of the petiole, that is called a multicostate in conditions. Okay, so இப்போ இதுதான் வந்து petiole அப்படினா இங்க இருந்து அந்த veins எல்லாம் அப்படியே spread over ஆச்சு அப்படினா அது multicostate. Okay, so all the veins are, that is joined in the margin of the leaf, that is known as a unicostate reticulate venations. Okay, reticulate means that's a net-like formation is there. So reticulate venation, these are all the important characters of leaf. Okay, if they will ask, give short notes on the leaf of Dautra metal, you must explain each and every terms. Okay, so once again see that is a simple leaf, alternate, petiolate and entire or deeply lobed, next glabrous, extrapolate, showing unicostate reticulate venations. Okay. So next we have to see that is a floral characters. The first floral character is here inflorescence. Okay, inflorescence means a bunch of flowers arise on the main axis, that is also inflorescence. We can see the lot of inflorescence studied in the morphology. So one is a solitary and axillary cyme. Okay, solitary means it's a single flower. A single flower is raised from the axillary region. So that is called solitary axillary in condition. So what about the cyme? Cyme abdingiradhu, it has a 3 flowers are present. Okay, so one is the center flower. The center flower is the older flower, and either side flower is here, that is a younger flowers. Okay, that condition is called, that is here cyme. Cyme, it has a 3 flowers. Okay, so that is a solitary and axillary cyme. And next one is here flower. Okay, so how many holes in the flowers? Okay, so what are the characters of the flowers? We are going to see that. So the flowers are large in size. Already we saw the pictures of Dautra metal, Dautra stramonium, so many flowers we saw that. So that is a flowers are large. Large na paakradhukku nalla perusa irukum. It's a greenish white. Okay, not only in greenish white, nowadays so many colors are available in the Dautra metal. So greenish white, and it has a bracteate. Okay, what is the bract? In the base of the pedicel, the extra outgrowth is present. So that is called a bract. Okay, if it is present, that is a bracteate. If it is absent, that is a ebracteate. Okay, so bracteate abdingiradhu, so we can see here. So we can study the floral characters with the help of the floral diagram. Okay. So this is your bract. Okay, this is your bract. Okay, so that is your extra outgrowth in base of the pedicel, that is your bract. So bract, another one is your bracteoles. So you can see here there is no bracteoles. So that is called the ebracteolate in condition. It can appear ebracteolate. Bract irunda bracteate. Okay, bract illana ebracteate. So this is a bracteolate. And next one is the pedicel. Okay, if it has a stalk of the flower, if it has a stalk, that is called the pedicel. So pedicel irunduchna pedicellate flower. If it is absent, that is called a sessile flower. Okay. Next one is a complete. So complete flower means we can see all the floral parts in the flower, that is a complete flower. So what are the floral parts are there? The first one is a calyx, epicalyx, yeah. So corolla, androsium, gynoecium. So if it is all the floral parts are present, that is known as a complete flower. Okay. So we can see all the floral parts in this region. So calyx irukku, corolla, androsium, gynoecium. Okay. So everything is present except that is a bracteoles. Okay. So upon the enna condition, this is your that's a tetramerous in condition. Okay ma. So adhe idu vandu epicalyx irunduchu appadina, that is a pentamerous in condition. Okay. So this is a tetramerous in condition. So that is a complete flower appdin solrom. Heterochlamydeous. Okay. So what is a heterochlamydeous? Different holes in the accessory flower. Okay va. So accessory holes la vandu rendume irunduchuna, if calyx and corolla both of them is present, that is a heterochlamydeous. Okay. Adula vandu calyx and corolla is not differentiated, that is called a monochlamydeous. Mono na single hole. Okay. So we cannot differentiate the calyx and corolla. So ide monochlamydeous liye, that is a perianth sometime present in the 2 holes. Okay, 2 holes, 3 holes perianth kuda irkalam. So that is a monochlamydeous means the calyx and corolla is not differentiated. Okay, if it is differentiated, that is called a heterochlamydeous in condition. And next one, that is a pentamerous, already we studied. Okay, then regular. Okay, the regular flower is otherwise called, that is a complete flower. Okay. Next one is here actinomorphic. Actinomorphic means we can divide the flower into 2 equal halves through any plane. Okay, so that is called a, so that is actinomorphic in condition. Simply we can say that is a radial symmetry. Okay. So next one is a bisexual and hypogynous. So what is the bisexual? So both male and female sex organs are present in the flower, that is called a bisexual flowers. Okay, androsium and gynoecium, both of them is present here. So this is called by bisexual. And what is a hypogynous? The ovary is situated, okay, in the above the calyx, corolla and androsium. Otherwise we can say, so below the ovary we can see the calyx, corolla, androsium. So that is called the hypogynous. It means superior ovary, okay. So next we have to see the calyx. So calyx is the first whole of the flower here, because this is here it's a tetramerous and in conditions. Okay, so that is a calyx. How many sepals are present? The sepals are 5. Okay, the 5 sepals are united to each other. Okay, so that is a synsepalous in conditions. So what is the valvate aestivations? The 5 sepals just they have to touch in the margin. Okay, that is not overlapping, just to touch in the margin is called, that is your valvate aestivation. Okay, so calyx is mostly persistent. So in this family, most of the calyx are persistent. They have to along with the fruit. So next one, odd sepal is in posterior region. Okay, so odd sepal in posterior, in above in the floral diagram we can see the odd sepal in the posterior region. If it is present in below, that is known as the anterior region. Okay, so the calyx is made up of sepals. How many sepals in Dautra metal? It has here 5 sepals. Okay, so what about that condition? That is here synsepalous in conditions, or otherwise gamosepalous in condition. So what type of aestivation is there? That is here valvate aestivations. Okay, can you give the example for persistent calyx? So especially most of the species in the Solanaceae. Okay, so adula main vandu Dautra metal nama sollala. So odd sepal posterior anterior abdina, odd sepal is the posterior in condition. Okay, so next we are going to see the corolla. Okay, so corolla, that is your petals, number of petals together to forming a corolla. So how many petals are here? It has here 5 petals. So already, so we studied in the general characters, that is a greenish white in color. Okay, so it is here sympatalous in condition. Sympatalous means all the petals are so united, so that is called here sympatalous in conditions. Okay, it's a pellicate, it's a fan shaped. Okay, you can see that the mouth of the flower, it's look like a fan. Okay, showing the twisted aestivations. So what about the sepals? Sepals are valvate aestivation, but inside that is a corolla, the petals are twisted aestivation. So what is the twisted aestivation? So all the petals are overlapping to one another. In the mari overlap aaya irukku. In the petals another petal, another petal. So overlap panni irundaduna, that is showing the twisted aestivations. Okay, it is a funnel shape. You can see in that middle of the flower, it's look like a funnel shape. This is look like a funnel shape. Okay, so and wide mouth, the mouth is looking very broad, that is here wide mouth is there. Okay, this is the character and structure of the petals in the Dautra metal. Okay, so how many petals are there? It has a 5 petals. The 5 petals are looking greenish white, and all the petals are united to each other. So that is a sympatalous in condition. Okay, it's a look like a fan shaped. It's look like the mouth is look like a fan shape. That's a wide. And that's a twisted aestivation, means all the petals are overlapping to one another. So that is called the twisted aestivation. So once again you should be recall. So that is a what type of aestivation in the calyx, in the sepals. Okay, in the sepals has, that is here valvate aestivations. So what about in the petals? It has a twisted aestivation. Okay, it's look like a funnel shape. It's a pellicate, funnel shape and wide mouth. Okay, and 10 lobes is there. So each petals are just, they have to fold it. Okay, so 5 petals அப்படியே fold ஆயிருந்ததுனா அது பார்க்கிறதுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும்னா 10 lobes மாதிரி இருக்கும். 10 lobed அது மாதிரி இருக்குது. Okay, so next we have to see, that is a Androsium, that is a essential whole of the flower. Okay, so Androsium, how many stamens are here? It has a 5 stamens. The 5 stamens are so attached to the petals, so that is called epipetalous in conditions. So 5 petals attached to the petals now, epipetalous in condition. If it is attached to the sepals, that is called the episepalous in condition. Okay, so this is here stamens. How many stamens? It has a 5 stamen. The 5 stamens are attached to the petals. Okay, in the middle of the corolla tube. இதெல்லாம் இருக்கும் அப்படினா, so middle, and the corolla tube ஓட middle ல தான் இது வந்து attached ஆயிருக்கு. There's a middle of the corolla tube that is attached. That's a epi means attached, petals. Okay, the stamens are attached to the petals. So middle of the corolla tube is called epipetalous stamens. Okay, so that is a alternate in conditions in the petals. Actually that is folded in the 10 lobed. 10 lobed fold ஆயிருக்கு இல்லையா, அதுல first lobe ல இருக்கும், அப்புறம் third ல இருக்கும், அப்புறம் 5th, then 7th, so then அப்படி பார்த்தா 9th lobed ல. Okay, so that is a alternative in alternate-petalous in conditions. Epipetalous சொல்றோம். So அதுல எப்படி folded ஆயிருக்குனா ஒவ்வொரு folderலயும் இருக்கும், alternative folderல, so that is present. Okay, that's a alternate-petalous in conditions. So are inserted in the middle of the Corolla tube, okay va? So middle, and the middle region la or flower irukna anude middle region la attached aayirukku, okay? So anthers are basic fixed in conditions, okay? Anthers are basic fixed abingiradhu, so this is your basic fixed, okay? So you know very well, anyway I have to draw once again, this is your basic fixed, okay? This is your basal region, so this is called your basic fixed. Okay, so it has the two anthers, okay, so two lobed vandirukku, so that is called the dithecus in conditions with a long filament. You can see it has a very long filaments are present, okay. So that's the introrus in condition. Intros means if it is dehiscent, it is dehiscent towards the, so that is the mother plant. Mother plant noki vanda the dehiscent aachuna introrus, okay. How it is dehiscent? It's a longitudinally, okay. So in the mari dehiscent ana, this is called a longitudinally dehiscent. Okay, so this is the characters of, that is a Dautra metal, Androsium of Dautra metal. It is a very 5-mark important question. Explain the, so Androsium of Dautra metal. First you have to draw this diagram, then you have to explain, okay, how many stamens are there? It has a 5 stamens. So what about in the 5 stamens? The 5 stamens are free from one another. That is very, very important, okay. If it is united, that is a syngenesious in condition, because it is free from one another, that is not attached. One பாருங்க தனித்தனியா இருக்கும், ஓகேவா? So that is epipetalous in stamens அப்படினு ஏன் சொல்றோம் அப்படினா, the stamens are attached to the petals, especially that is attached in the middle of the corolla tube, okay. So how it is attached? That is attached in the alternative petals. Actually the petals are folded in the 10 lobed, okay. So this is present in the alternate petals, alternate and the lobed la வந்து அது வந்து attached ஆயிருக்கு, okay. And what about in the anthers? It is a dithecus in conditions, okay. So there is a basic fixed, because the filament is attached to the basal of the anther, so that is called the basic fixed in conditions. So what about the filament? The filament is very, very long, okay. Compared to others, it's somewhat long, okay. It's a introrus. Introrus means that is the anther should be dehiscent, so towards the mother plant, so that is called the introrus. How it is dehiscent? That is dehiscent in the longitudinally. இந்த மாதிரி dehiscent ஆனா longitudinal in condition, okay. So next we will see the gynoecium. So the gynoecium, that is a female part of the flower, we know very well, okay. So ovary is bicarpellary. You can see actually this is here 2 carpels are present, okay. So that is a bicarpal in conditions. 2 carpels are present. So this is a one, this is a another one. 2 carpels are present. That is called a bicarpellary in condition. So what type of ovary is present? That is a superior ovary, okay. So basically it's look like a bilocular and bicarpellary, but it's look like a tetralocular due to the false septum. You can see here, so this is your false septum, okay. So actually this is the actual locule, okay, but we can see the 4 locule. 2 locule தான் இருக்கணும், 2 locule தான் இருக்கு. That is a bicarpellary in condition. Due to the false septum, we can see a tetralocular in condition due to the formations of the false septum. This is very, very important 1 mark, okay. So tetralocular bilocular அப்படினு கேட்டாங்கன்னா, it is a bilocular தான் due to the formation of the false septum. So that is a tetralocular in condition, okay. So the carpels are obliquely placed and the ovules are swollen and axial placentations, okay. Obliquely placed means that is a, so that is எப்படி இருக்கும்னா ஸ்லாண்டிங்கா இருக்கும், ஸ்லாண்டிங்கா இருக்கும், okay. Its position is a slanting in conditions. oblique னா அப்படி ஸ்லாண்டிங்கா வரக்கூடியது, நேரா ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா இல்லாம கொஞ்சம் வளைஞ்சு போச்சு அப்படினா that is a, so oblique, okay. So obliquely placed and ovules are swollen. The ovules are looking very swollen in condition, and axial placentations, the placenta is arised from, so that is a from center to margin, that is your axial placentation. So what about in the style? The style is a very, very simple and long and filiform in nature, okay. So long irukum, so filiform na small lobed is like that, okay. The stigma is a 2 lobed structure. Stigma வந்து பார்க்கிறதுக்கு எப்படி இருக்குன்னா உள்ள so 2 lobed வந்திருக்கும். The stigma is a 2 lobed structure. So next we are going to see, that is your fruit, okay. So what type of the fruit is here? It has a capsule. Fruit oda type enna அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா capsule. That's a spine-cent capsule. Spine-cent அப்படிங்கிறது we can see here. So that is your spines are on the surface of the fruit. There is a spine-cent capsule. So by 4 apical valves, அதை open பண்ணும்போது பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, so due to the false septum we can see the 4 apical valves. இப்படி 4 தான் அது open ஆகும், okay. 4 இதா இப்படி open ஆகும். So that is a 4 apical valves with a persistent calyx. The calyx is attached to the fruit. So that is called the persistent calyx. Okay. So seed, what type of the seed is that? That is a endospermous seeds. Okay. So endospermous na already na sollirukren. So the seeds supplying the food material to the developing seedling. So that is a endospermous seeds. Okay. So the seed is endospermous, fruit is a capsule. So next we are going to see the floral diagram. So floral diagrams already we studied in another families. Okay, before family, the Fabaceae we studied. So here the floral diagram and floral formula. The first one, that is here bract. We should draw the bract here. So this is your bract. Okay. So next you have to make a 2 circle. Okay. In the first circle you can divide it into 5 equal segments. So 5 equal are so equal segments take it. Okay. So this is your sepals. Okay. All the sepals are equal in size. Okay. So all the sepals are united. Okay. This is the united. It means that is your gamosepalous in conditions or synsepalous in condition. That is your gamosepalous. That is the meaning enna appadina united appadina artham. Okay. And second whole, that is your petals. So how many petals are there? The petals are 5. Okay. So how it is divided? You can divide the petals. So where the conjunction is there, engala the join pannirko. So andha edathila dhaan and the petals vandu namma draw pannom. Okay. This is your petals. Okay. So all the petals are, that is the overlapping to one. This petal is overlapping to another petal, and this one is overlapping to another. Okay. This is overlapping to, all the petals are overlapping to one another. Okay ma? So that is the important characters. So all the petals are united. Okay, all petals me vandu eppadi adu united agudhu appadina, so because the stamens are attached to that. Okay, so ipo enna sonna, the stamens are epipetalous. Okay, so the stamens vandu enna irukku, petals oda ottittu irukku. Appo eppadi vandu adu attached panudna, inga or small stalk mari irukliya. So with the help of the stalk they have to attach. Okay, so actually idhula ethana stamens irukonu, 5 stamens nama draw pannirukkom. Okay, so that is your 5 stamen. This is one stamen. This is your another stamen. Okay, it has here 5 stamens. So in the mari draw pandrom. Okay, so this is your stamen. Okay, so all the stamens are attached to the petals. All the stamens are attached to the petals. That is called a epipetalous stamens அப்படினு சொல்றோம். ஓகேவா? the stamens எங்க இருக்கணும் அப்படினா ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா, so in the petals ஓட opposite, அந்த center of the sepals-ல வந்து இருக்கணும். Okay, the junctions, the stamens attached ஆகக்கூடிய அந்த position வந்து, so we can see in the center of the, that is a sepal. Okay, center of the sepal-ல தான் அது attached ஆயிருக்கணும். Okay, so it's very important. When you have to draw it very carefully, you have to draw. So all the stamens are attached to the petals. That position is towards the center of the sepals. Okay, so next we have to see that gynoecium. Okay, so gynoecium, it's look like a 4, that's a tetralocular in condition. Okay, so actually இது எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படினா, இதுதான் இதனுடைய original position. This is a original position, that is a bilocular in condition. But what about here? That's a due to the formation of the false septum. ஒரு அம்பு மாதிரி போகுது இல்லையா? So இது வந்து என்ன அப்படினா, so formations of the false septum. So this is a false septum. இதுதான் false septum. Okay, அந்த அம்பு மாதிரி போறது தான் false septum அப்படினு சொல்றோம். So due to the formation of the false septum, it's look like a tetralocular in condition. Okay வா? So actually இதுல வந்து என்ன இருக்கணும் அப்படினா, so that region should be very perfect. இந்த அம்பு வந்திருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த arrow வந்திருக்கிறது வந்து ரொம்ப பெர்ஃபெக்ட்டா இருக்கணும். So actually center of the sepals-ல இருக்கணும். Then வந்து junctions of that petals. Okay வா? That is a attachment of the stamen. Stamen எந்த இடத்துல attached ஆயிருக்கோ அதே மாதிரி இருக்கணும். So இங்க வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படினா, that is a connections, that is a connected ஆயிருக்கலையா, ரெண்டு sepals வந்து connected ஆயிருக்கலையா, அந்த connectionல கரெக்ட்டா அந்த arrow வந்து போகணும். அப்படி வரைஞ்சாதான் that is a perfect diagram. Okay, so otherwise you have some mistakes in the diagram. அதுதான் வந்து அது ஈஸியா ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஸோ எப்போவுமே நீங்கள் ட்ரா பண்ணும்போது, ஸோ இந்த செக்மெண்ட்ஸ் வைஸ் செப்பல்ஸோட ஈச் அந்த செக்மெண்ட் வந்து ஈக்குவலாக இருக்கணும், பெட்டல்ஸோட செக்மெண்ட் ஈக்குவலாக வந்து இருக்கணும். பட் யூ மஸ்ட் நோட் டவுன், இஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். எதை நீங்கள் நோட் டவுன் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா, ஃபஸ்ட்டு நீ செப்பல் கரெக்டாக ட்ரா பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா, ஸோ யூ கேன் see that is a petals. ஓகே, ஸோ இதனுடைய மிடில் போர்ஷனில் தான் இந்த எபிபெட்டலஸ் ஸ்டேமன்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஓகே, if you draw like that, your diagram will be correct. Okay, so இந்த arrow கரெக்டாக கட் ஆச்சுன்னா உங்கள் டயக்ராம் வந்து கரெக்ட் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். Okay. So next floral formula enna appdin paathona, that is a bract is present. So because the present of the bract, that is here BR, inga vandu bract irukku. Okay. So there is no idu mari ipdi irundhuchuna, that is called another epicalyx, that is a bracteoles. So there is no bracteoles, bracteoles vandu illa, there is no bracteoles. So that is called the ebracteolate. Ebracteolate na enna artham, EBRL அப்படினு அர்த்தம். ஓகேவா? So ebracteolate na அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணனும், EBRL. So next one, that is a actinomorphic in conditions. We can divide the flower into equal halves are called actinomorphic in condition. Next one is a bisexual, the male and female are present, that is called bisexual. Next one, the calyx, that is a carrion. So how many sepals are present? It has the 5 sepals are present. Okay, the 5 sepals are united, so we put the bracket. And next one is a corolla. How many petals are there? So it has a 5 petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. The 5 petals are united. So this is a united. This united ஆயிருக்கலையா? இதுதான் வந்து என்ன சொல்றோம்? United. So 5 petals are united. That is a gamopetalous in condition. So we put bracket. And next one, Androsium. That is a stamens. Okay. The 5 stamens are attached to the, that is a petals. அதனால தான் ஒரு arrow போட்டிருக்கோம், ஒரு connection போட்டிருக்கோம். ஓகேவா? So all the stamens are attached to the petals. So that is called as a epipetalous stamens. ஓகேவா? So another one, A5. A5 ங்கிறது Androsium, the stamens. How many stamens are there? That is a 5 stamens. The 5 stamens எப்படி இருக்கு? United இருக்கா? இல்ல, தனித்தனியா இருக்கு. So that is a 5 stamens are free. Okay, அது united இருந்தா என்ன பண்ணிருப்போம்? Bracket போட்டிருப்போம். ஓகேவா? So next one is here gynoecium. So how many carpels are there? It has a 2 carpels. ஓகேவா? So ரெண்டு carpels எப்படி இருக்கு? United இருக்கு. So அதனால bracket போடுறோம். So what about that ovary? That is a superior ovary. Superior ovary இருந்துச்சுன்னா கீழ வந்து line draw பண்ணுவோம். ஓகேவா? இதே வந்து inferior ovary னா மேல line draw பண்ணுவோம். Okay, so this is very very important. The description of the floral diagram with the floral formula is very very important. Okay, so what is the meaning of BR? That's a bracteate, ebracteolate, actinomorphic, bisexual. So that is a sepals are 5, united, gamosepalous or synsepalous in condition. Then corolla, how many petals are there? It has a 5 petals. The 5 petals are united. So that is here gamopetalous in condition. Then Androsium, so how many stamens are there? That is a 5 stamens. The 5 stamens are free from one another, so we didn't put any bracket. And gynoecium, how many carpels are there? It has a 2 carpels. The 2 carpels are united, so we put bracket there. Okay, so that is a syncorpus in condition. And what type of the ovary is there? That is here superior ovary. Okay, so up to this we completed, that is here botanical description of Dautra metal. Okay, so we can recall once again. So first we studied, that is here habit. Okay, second one we studied that is here root, then stem, then leaf. Okay, so then floral characters, that is a inflorescence, and another one, that is a flower, then calyx, corolla, androsium, gynoecium. Okay, then that is a fruit, seed, and a floral diagram, floral formula we studied, isn't it? Okay, so I hope children you could understand very well. So we will see in the next class the economic importance and another family. So I hope you understand very well. So you are all welcome to our Avadha studio. Continue to watch our channel. So give your support and share, like. Thank you so much.